How's it going, guys? This is Jason, and welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena. Today we're going to be doing another standard event, and we're going to be using a Rakdos Aristocrats deck. This one's made by Hug the Aqualifer for a recent competition. Let's give it a look. So some of the staples of the deck are Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger, Cauldron Familiar, and Witch's Oven. So no surprise with these last two. They're pretty much the staple of any sacrifice-based deck in the current meta. Kroxa has been making a pretty big appearance in a lot of these decks recently as well, coming from the Theros set. And yeah, pretty much a lot of the cards you'd see in a Rakdos Aristocrats deck, Mayhem Devil, Midnight Reaper, Woe Strider's been in a lot of these since the new set came out as well. Rankle. Tymaret Calls the Dead, one that I don't necessarily always see in this kind of deck, but sort of makes sense. It's getting more value out of stuff that's in the graveyard, which you put there by sacrificing. And Priest of Forgotten Gods as well, and Claim the Firstborn, which is basically really cheap removal, as long as you have a sacrifice engine on the field. Mire Triton as well, puts stuff in the graveyard. I've really only seen Mire Triton in these kinds of decks when it's splashed with blue for Kroxa. No, not Kroxa, Lazav. Because that puts more stuff in the graveyard for Lazav to copy. Not exactly sure how this works with a regular Rakdos. Maybe it's just because it's Death Touch, it's potential fodder for sacrifice, and I guess it puts stuff in the graveyard for Tymaret Calls the Dead as well. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and get started. Here's the sideboard, by the way, in case you're curious. We're doing best of one, so that we're not going to make use of this, but this is what it looks like. Let's begin. And historically, I'd say I've done better with Rakdos Aristocrats on like the first try of a standard event than I have with most other decks. I think because the combo's fairly easy to do. There's not too much room for misplays. I mean, obviously, if you forget to do the sacrifice at the end of your opponent's end step with Cauldron Familiar, then yeah, that can be a slight misplay. This hand looks good, but for the most part, it's a little bit more forgiving than things like Temor Reclamation, for example. We're going to do Cauldron Familiar turn 1. Probably Priest of Forgotten Gods turn 2. Turn 3 we might do Temple of Malice. Ooh, Kroxa. Yeah, okay, so I think what we're going to do is Priest of Forgotten Gods. Next turn we're going to do Kroxa and then sacrifice it with Priest of Forgotten Gods to get double bonuses out of it. And we'll get rid of his Nessian Hornbeetle in the same stroke. That's going to be nice. Another Cauldron Familiar. Sure. I'll see why not. Okay, so I'm going to need to hold full control for this. We're going to let's first effect resolve. This is probably one of my favorite combos in the Kroxa Rakdos Aristocrats deck. And now we sacrifice it with Priest of Forgotten Gods to kill his creature, and we have enough mana to play Mire Triton as well. No more full control is needed. And there it is. Look at that turn. Oh, that's right. I forgot that Kroxa can be escaped. That's another reason why Mire Triton is good. Anything that puts cards in the graveyard, like Tymaret Calls the Dead and Mire Triton, make it easier to escape Kroxa. We can't do it just yet, though. So let's do a Woe Strider and a Cauldron Familiar, I guess? Actually, we could do the same thing again. We're going to do Priest of Forgotten Gods Sacrifice. We'll pay life to get Cauldron Familiar out, and we'll probably sacrifice... Actually, let's sacrifice Cauldron Familiar and the Goat, so that way we can attack with Mire Triton. Another Cauldron Familiar, nice, we can play that. It is nice, isn't it? Thank you. This is a pretty strong start for Rakdos Aristocrats right now, especially since he's only playing one creature per turn. That's gonna die for sure. Ooh boy. But that's going to be a ton of damage. Are we going to actually be able to kill him this turn? We might be able to. We're playing this, definitely. I guess we'll sacrifice Mire Triton and Cauldron Familiar. You know what? We're going to attack first with Mire Triton, just to get an extra 2 damage in, because we're going to sacrifice that. Oh, you know what? Actually, we'll get more damage in if we attack with Woe Strider and then sacrifice Mire Triton and Cauldron Familiar. Let's do that. I need to hold full control so I can make sure I can... Actually, no, I don't need full control for that. But actually, I did slightly misplay this. I should have done this during my main phase so I could cast Tymaret Calls the Dead with the mana that I get from Priest of Forgotten Gods. But not too big a deal. Yep. Actually, we can win right now, I think. Yeah, so it didn't even matter that I misplayed. We could sacrifice Mayhem Devil and then get the 1 more damage we need. He said good game, and we'll make sure I reciprocate that. That was a good turn. I mean, that was a good game in general for that deck. That pretty much came out strong right out the gate, and then did not stop. He was unable to keep any creature on the field. Nitpick. Another good land situation. I gotta say, going from traditional back to best of 1, it's really nice having these better land hands, because the computer averages it for you instead of just giving you whatever the hell. But it looks good. We don't have any turn 1 stuff to play, but we have a lot of other early playables. We'll do Temple of Malice first then. Probably Midnight... actually, no. Probably Priest of Forgotten Gods turn 2. Yeah, let's get that 4th land so we can make sure we can play Rankle. We'll do Priest of Forgotten Gods, then probably Woe Strider, so that worst case scenario we can do Priest of Forgotten Gods, sacrifice. Although actually, seeing that this is mono red makes me think... Actually, it might be Gruul, if he's got the Gruul card sleeves, but we have to assume for now it's mono red. This is our only playable for now, so we're doing that, but... Yeah, next turn, do I want to do Midnight Reaper or Woe Strider? He's probably going to use a creature buff. Oh, what? Why did he attack? Oh, okay. It was a misplay. My guess is he was like trying to click through his turn phases real fast and accidentally clicked on all attack. Which I definitely get. That's frustrating when you do that and lose your early creature. But hey, I'll take it. This is not a good land situation. They're both super slow. And there's only 2 of them. I mean, we can get the colors we need, but... And the opponent goes first. This might be too slow. This is a tough decision, because we do have enough to play Cauldron Familiar at least, and one of these, as long as we draw 1 more land. You know what? We're going to keep it. Hopefully... I think I'm going to take a gamble in the sand and hope that it's okay, as long as I draw more land. Cauldron Familiar. Okay. Mire Triton. So, mirror match, it's looking like? I don't think he would have Fabled Passage if he was a mono black. Yeah, so Mayhem Devil's going to be important to get out if it's a mirror match. So obviously we're going for a swamp so we can play Cauldron Familiar next turn. Or Mire Triton if we draw a basic land. Still no lands yet. It's making me a little bit concerned. But yeah, it's looking like it is a mirror match with him having Rakdos colors. we'll take it for now. If I can draw a basic land, I might do Midnight Reaper so that I can start drawing cards if I were to trade. But I think I want Mayhem Devil out first. I want to prevent him from getting any benefit out of sacrifices. Oh, thank goodness. I could still do Mire Triton without paying life. The other thing is he might have direct removal for my Mayhem Devil, and that would be a real shame. Yeah, let's start off with Mire Triton. If I had nothing else to play, I would definitely pay life to make sure I could do Mayhem Devil, but I think we'll start out with this. Because at least this way we're out damaging him if nothing else about the board state changes. What do we have in the graveyard? Priest of Forgotten Gods and Cauldron Familiar. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking Midnight Reaper will be a good thing to get out. Mayhem Devil. There's his Mayhem Devil, okay. So yeah, we need to deal with that. Currently, I don't see any removal we have aside from just our own Mayhem Devil to prevent him from killing our stuff off. Well, it won't prevent that, but it'll at least counterattack. He doesn't have any sacrifice engines yet either, so maybe I should just do Midnight Reaper and draw cards whenever he sacrifices, or whenever our creatures die. No, we'll do Mayhem Devil. Lava Coil? What's that doing in a Rakdos Aristocrats deck? Okay, well, we have a spare. I think I want to save this Fabled Passage for when I actually need it. Although, actually, we do have all the lands I need to cast anything, so maybe I should just do it during his end step to make sure that I have a slightly higher chance of drawing more non-lands. Make sure I have as many playables as possible. Claim the Firstborn. That's good as long as he doesn't have a way of sacrificing stuff. I am going to do this before he takes it, though. Make sure I can kill some of his Cauldron Familiars. Let's get a Swamp. So let's see if he has like a Woe Strider or something. Woe Strider would allow him to kill my Mayhem Devil. Yeah, Woe Strider. That's really unfortunate. That was a good play on his part. For a minute there, I was hoping that the reason he took my Mayhem Devil was because he thought he would be able to kill it with individual damage from the Fabled Passages, which he could have, but that's a way more efficient way of killing him. Yeah, that was a good turn. That might have lost us the game. Okay. What can we do here? Rankle's not too useful. I mean, I can make him discard cards, but if he attacks me, I'm pretty much dead. Also, a Witch's Oven would be really bad if he had one. Oh no, I'm definitely dead if I allow him to attack with all his creatures. So I need blockers, I guess. Woe Strider. Oh god, but even if I sacrifice with my Scry ability, Mayhem Devil will still do damage to me. So I guess we'll do Midnight Reaper. He can block Mayhem Devil if he attacks with him. That's pretty much all I see. We need a 3-power creature to block Mayhem Devil or to force him to sacrifice 2 creatures to kill it. So let's do Midnight. Actually, Midnight Reaper's going to deal damage to me, which I can't afford. We'll do Woe Strider. Pretty sure we're dead. I think we're dead. He's got us down too low. And his board state's pretty good right now. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. Interesting to have lava coils in that deck. Initially, I wouldn't think that it makes sense in that deck, but, I mean, he seemed to make it work. It seemed useful in that particular case. That's like something he would sideboard in against the deck that I was using. Another really good land situation. Got 2 early playables. Looks good enough to me. So we can do Priest of Forgotten Gods turn 2. Turn 3 we could do Mire Triton and potentially steal one of his cheap creatures to do the Priest of Forgotten Gods sacrifice of 2 creatures. That sounds like a good plan to me. Kroxa, yes. So even if he doesn't... Actually, no. Yeah, we could sacrifice Kroxa instead of Mire Triton. That's even better. Scorch Spitter, okay. So, really the hope now is that he doesn't destroy my Priest of Forgotten Gods before I can use it next turn. Because I would love to steal his creature with Claim the Firstborn and play Kroxa and sacrifice both of them. It would basically be a net win for me in pretty much every case. 10th Street Dodger. Please don't have a shock. Damn it! My beautiful plan. It's kind of frustrating. Now we don't have a sacrifice engine. Should we do Midnight Reaper to be a blocker and also draw us cards when he dies? I'm thinking yes, because if we go down to lower health, then Midnight Reaper is going to be unplayable. So we might as well do this now and make him a target for drawing one of the removal cards out of his hand. I really need another sacrifice engine. Rankle, I guess, could be considered one, but he costs 4 mana to play with haste. So it would be like another turn before I could do him and Claim the Firstborn. Look at all these creatures he has. Is that an Embercleave in his hand? I feel like it might be. Yeah, the fact that we don't have a sacrifice engine is really problematic right now. Because Kroxa and Claim the Firstborn would both benefit from that. Should we make a zombie with Tymaret Calls the Dead? Oh, you know what? Let's do Kroxa and get rid of that card in his hand. Yeah, that's the way to go. We'll also draw a card with Midnight Reaper because we'll be sacrificing him. Oh, it was a Robber of the Rich. Okay. Mire Triton. That's not what I wanted. I wanted either another land or I wanted a sacrifice engine. Guess we're doing nothing. Okay, so now we can Castle Embereth and buff everything. It's not good. But at least we can kill Runaway Steamkin if he attacks with it, which he did. So yeah, we'll trade. We're taking 6 more damage. We probably need to do Tymaret Calls the Dead to start putting out creatures every turn and also gain life. Ooh, Priest of Forgotten Gods. That's the sacrifice engine I wanted. So actually, we'll do that and Mire Triton. We need multiple blockers, and we need a way of destroying some of his creatures next turn. We'll be able to kill 2 of his creatures next turn if he doesn't kill Priest of Forgotten Gods. Tin Street Dodger, yeah, we need to deal with these Tin Street Dodgers. They all have evasion, and we're getting down to the single digits this turn. Ow. Okay. So, Claim the Firstborn's definitely happening. We have 3 mana left over, so that's Cauldron Familiar and Mire Triton. Or should I do Tymaret Calls the Dead? We'll do Tymaret Calls the Dead, because I'll be gaining life at the end of that saga. And it should be creating creatures every turn. Oh yeah, and I have enough mana for these other things too, because I'll be doing Priest of Forgotten God's ability. So, okay, let me do this first, since I know I'm doing that. We'll take his Scorch Spitter. Let me do Cauldron Familiar and... Well, actually, oh god, I can't decide. We can just attack. We'll do Cauldron Familiar and Tymaret Calls the Dead. Cauldron Familiar will sacrifice with Priest of Forgotten Gods. Oh, wait, we need to attack first. Yeah, and then we'll do Tymaret Calls the Dead to have a blocker. Oh my god, a Witch's Oven! Perfect. So actually, never mind. We're doing this before Tymaret Calls the Dead, because we're guaranteed to gain life with this every turn. Oh, we have enough mana for both. What am I thinking? That worked out perfectly. Yeah, we'll get rid of Priest of Forgotten Gods. I don't think we're getting him back, so... So we're getting 1 life per turn now. If he targets that, then we can sacrifice it with Witch's Oven. Thankfully, he doesn't have enough mana to buff both of those with Castle Locthwain, as well as give him evasion. Nope, not enough mana. Okay, so... Yeah, let's do this now. We have enough in the graveyard to escape Kroxa as well. That'll be really good. Rankle can also start making him sacrifice those 10th Street Dodgers. We should probably do that to get a handle on this damage we're taking. Oh, Claim the Firstborns would have been so nice. I just saw 2 of them go in the graveyard. Okay, so we can actually get rid of all of his creatures, I think. Because we can make him sacrifice 1 with Rankle, and then make him sacrifice the other with Priest of Forgotten Gods. Let's do that. And just make sure he has no damage output. So everyone except Priest of Forgotten Gods attacking. And then we'll sacrifice probably the zombie. I guess we have to sacrifice a bunch of stuff. Yeah, we'd have to sacrifice Mire Triton and Cauldron Familiar. Which means we wouldn't be able to continue the Witch's Oven combo. So actually, never mind. We're going to let him have that 1 10th Street Dodger. We'll keep Priest of Forgotten Gods available to sacrifice and kill his 10th Street Dodger if we need to, like if he finds an Embercleave. But if it's just 1 damage per turn, yeah. Then we got him with Witch's Oven and Cauldron Familiar. Good game. Apologize for stumbling over my words there. I'm trying to work on my... I try and use these videos as an opportunity to work on my speaking skills. Sometimes it's just too early in the morning, though. Okay, what do we have now? Oh, yes. Look at this starting hand. All the colors we need, 3 lands, Cauldron Familiar, and 2 Witch's Ovens. This is amazing. Pretty much one of the best starting hands you could hope for. Obviously, part of it's dependent on what we're up against. But it looks good to me so far. We're gonna go with Witch's Oven first, actually, because I don't want to risk him just shocking my Cauldron Familiar, and then I'm just dead in the water until I find another creature. So we'll start out with Witch's Oven. Next turn we'll do Cauldron Familiar and the other Witch's Oven, and we'll be getting 2 life per turn against a mono red aggro. Robber of the Rich. We are going to need some creature control at some point. A third Witch's Oven? What is this? That means we're getting 3 life per turn and chump blocking one of his creatures. Really, the main downside is that he's stealing our cards with Robber of the Rich. But it's definitely nice to have this much life gain right off the bat against mono red. Is he doing an Anax or something? The main issue I foresee is if he has Embercleave, then we're not going to be able to chump block him anymore. And then we're really going to need an answer after that for his stuff. I'll light up the stage. Okay. Another Tin Street and the Scorch Spitter. That's really that's probably one of the best things he could have gotten. Just a ton of tiny creatures, because I can only block one thing at a time right now. Okay, so we can either do another Witch's Oven or Tymaret Calls the Dead. I'm thinking Tymaret Calls the Dead because of how many creatures he has, and because eventually that'll give us life gain. And we can do Witch's Oven just the following turn. What? Okay. I don't know if I've ever seen that system message before. Ooh, a Kroxa. Oh, I'd have to exile one of these that can both be played from the graveyard. Probably Kroxa, because I have like nothing in the graveyard currently. And yeah, I need the life gain from Cauldron Familiar. So yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, there's no reason to do the Cauldron Familiar thing right now. As long as we do it all before his end step, we'll get the life gain we need. Oh boy. Torbran. It's better than an Embercleave, to be honest, but it's not great that he has so many tiny creatures attacking. And he stole my Claim the Firstborn? Are you serious? That's exactly what I needed. Yeah, we're running a little short on answers here. Let's kill his... Scorch Spitter is probably the hugest threat, now that he has Torbran. Robber of the Rich I would also like to kill, except... Oh, man. We're taking a minimum of 6 more damage here, so we're basically down to 9. Yeah, let's get rid of his Robber of the Rich. We can kill... No, but Scorch Spitter's doing so much damage. We have to... Let's kill Scorch Spitter. We'll chump block Robber of the Rich for now. That way our zombie survives as well. Oh wait, no, he won't survive. He's dying because of Torbran. Yeah, that's not ideal. We really need an answer for Torbran. Another Kroxa, huh? Yeah, we only need 1, really. So, we have enough mana for Kroxa and Witch's Oven. I guess we'll do both, and then sacrifice Kroxa before he's actually auto-sacrificed, and we'll get 2 foods out of it. Actually, if I do that, then I can gain life with food, and that might be necessary. Let me do the math on this attack. We're going to have 2 blockers, So we're taking a minimum of 6 damage. Yeah. We should survive, but if he has other haste creatures or any other way of doing damage, we might be dead. So I think we probably should do the Kroxa and have enough mana for eating food if we need. So let me hold full control. That'll also get rid of a card in his hand, which is important. Infuriate, that would have been bad. Let's get those 2 foods out of him. And Cauldron Familiar. Actually, we can wait on that until after he attacks. And yeah, we'll hold off on this other Witch's Oven to make sure we can eat a food if we need. So we'll probably kill his Robber of the Rich if he attacks with that. He might just remove it though, honestly. Light up the stage. Fervent Champion. Yeah. Yep. It's not good. It's a lot of creatures attacking right now. It's probably a good thing that I kept enough mana for eating a food. Let's see. We need to block probably the biggest ones. Let's kill Robber the Rich. And we'll block Torbran, and then we're taking 9. Yeah, I think we do want to eat a food here. Oh my god, Mire Triton. That can block Torbran. So that'll pretty much deter him from attacking with Torbran, I would imagine, unless he sees the kill. So yeah, Mire Triton. We have enough for Witch's Oven and eating of food as well. Plus we gained a little bit of life, which is crucial. He can cast Robber of the Rich, though. We're going to be taking a lot of damage, but not quite sure on the math, but I think we might survive, just barely. Depends on what else he has in the hand. But he would have to get more than... He would have to play basically one more haste creature in addition to Robber of the Rich, I think, to be able to kill me. Or do like a shock. Yeah, so there's Robber of the Rich. What else does he have? Okay. As long as he doesn't have another land, that should be alright for this turn. We're probably going to be dead next turn unless we find something to do. Is he going for the attack? It would make sense to attack with Fervent Champion at least. Okay, yeah, we deterred Torbran from attacking. Should we kill Robber of the Rich again? So there's no point in blocking Fervent Champion. Let's go ahead and kill one of his Tin Streets and his Robber of the Rich, I guess. And then we're taking 6. And then we can use that last food to get Cauldron Familiar back. That seems reasonable, I think. And then we gain, what, 4 life? Man, as strong of a starting hand as we had in the beginning, the opponent's hand was even stronger. Really goes to show that you really can't judge how a game's going to go based on your starting hand. I think against any other deck type than this, we would have pretty much crushed it. We'll hold off on this last one in case we get like a Mayhem Devil. Another Mire Triton. I'm not sure if that's going to do it. We might be dead here. Mire Triton will deter Torbran from attacking. We're still taking... This thing can just do 4 damage right off the bat. No questions asked. And then we have 6 damage coming from these guys. This one can have evasion. This one has first strike. I think we're dead here. We could do Woe Strider for an extra blocker. But he only needs 1 attacker to get through. because then he can just sacrifice Goblin Cratermaker for 4 damage. So yeah, I think we're dead. Although I do have life gain with the Witch's Ovens, so maybe not. Yeah, let's do Woe Strider. I think having 2 blockers is the way to go here. It's pretty much the only path to survival that I see. Also, if he draws any creatures to play with haste, then I think we're dead as well. But yeah, this is looking... it looks like we're going to have a tough time coming back from this. Really, the only card that I could see actually making a difference is Mayhem Devil, because we could start destroying his creatures, and he would be... We could also target his health pool and get him down pretty low. Interesting. He's targeting Woe Strider. I thought for sure he would go for my life total. So... why would you do that? I don't think he's taking into account how much life gain I have per turn. I'm concerned that he has an instant, like an Infuriate, and that would kill me pretty much. But for now, let's go ahead and do this. Actually, we'll do it this way. Should I sacrifice both of these? No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so we're taking 3, but we're gaining 2 life. We should be okay here. What else does he have? Oh, Tymaret Calls the Dead. That's my card! Oh, right, because 10th Street Dodger's a rogue. That's why he gets to play the cards that Robert the Rich stole. Well, I guess Mire Triton can gain us some life, and also we can play Kroxa. Seems reasonable to me. But yeah, Kroxa might get rid of that last card in his hand, which could be crucial. And then we have 4 creatures to block. We should be okay. Once again. We're just barely hanging on, just turn by turn. Nice. Yeah, let's see what that last card was. If it was an Embercleave, then I'll be super happy that I played this. It was another Torbrand, okay. So I'm happy with that anyway. And that'll at least deter him from attacking with Torbrand, I would think. He'll probably keep attacking with 10th Street Dodger, which I can't stop, but I can just counteract it by gaining enough life per turn. The zombies he's making is a little annoying, but it's not terribly scary just because they're not red, so they're not benefiting from Torbrand's buff. It's really just 10th Street Dodger and Fervent Champion that are annoying me here. Yeah, he's just attacking with 10th Street Dodger. We might be able to kill him if he doesn't have any way of getting life. Because we're doing, how much damage? I think we might kill him, actually. Oh, shit. Because he's down to single digits as well. We're doing, like, 3 damage per turn with these Witch's Ovens. He is going to gain life next turn with Tymaret Calls the Dead, but if we can kill him before that happens... And we'll also do 3 damage with Kroxa if he doesn't have the right kind of card to discard. Like, if that's a land, I think we win. This game is going to be close. I'm shocked. This game's going to be very close. So we know for sure... Oh my god! I can't believe you pulled that one off, to be honest. Like, we were, like, the entire game, I felt like we were just struggling to survive, and somehow... It's those Witch's Ovens that we had from the very beginning. They were just chipping away at his life total, all the while we were trying to survive, and wow, it paid off. I'm super happy with that one. What do we got next? And also, that brings us to 4 wins already, which covers the cost of the standard event. Not a great starting land situation, but we only have 1 cost stuff we really have to worry about, so I think this is okay. We don't need this many Cauldron Familiars, but having a Witch's Oven and a Cauldron Familiar is pretty much what I look for, so we'll keep this. We'll do the turn 1 Cauldron Familiar. Ideally, we'll draw a basic land next turn so we could do a Witch's Oven and another one. Okay, good. So we can do that. Yeah, another really strong starting hand. And is this a mirror match? I see that he has a Blood Crypt. If it is, then we're in a good, we're in a strong starting position. Priest of Forgotten Gods. I would love a Claim the Firstborn to get rid of that. Oh my goodness. That's exactly what I wanted. Wow. Unlikely, but very welcome. Yoink. And it has haste, too. So we'll attack with it. No creatures for you. Wish that I had saved the Claim the Firstborn now. Let's do this before he enters the battlefield so I don't take damage. We need a swamp, I guess? Yeah, that's unfortunate, because now he's holding up my Witch's Oven combo. Let's do Woe Strider. And I guess we'll attack? Oh, God. Yeah, it's super annoying, because now whenever I do the combo, he's just going to kill something. But he's getting low on life. I feel like now could be the time to press that. If I sacrifice any Cauldron Familiar, it's just going to set off a chain reaction of destroying my other creatures. So I feel like I might be stalled a little bit right now. We'll hold off. The best thing I could get is some kind of removal for Mayhem Devil. Or like a Rankle. Oh. If I sacrifice this with Witch's Oven, he's just going to destroy a different one, so it doesn't really matter. Actually, if it doesn't matter, I might as well get a food out of it, right? Yeah, I'm taking damage anyway. So I might as well get the food. Mire Triton, okay. Ooh, Chandra Acolyte of Flame is a good card to have in this deck. I don't think we have one in our deck, but that's fun, because it synergizes both with Priest of Forgotten Gods and Mayhem Devil super well. Yeah, I didn't think he would attack. That would have been nice. Oh god, now is not the time to get mana flooded. Okay, here's the plan. During his end step, we're going to scry until we find something playable next turn. I don't care if we lose all these 1/1s. We need to find something to play ASAP before he starts overwhelming the field. Really what we need is an answer for Mayhem Devil. That's the top priority. Damn it. Damn it. Okay, well, time to lose all our creatures. We need to scry now before this gets out of hand. Losing all our current creatures is a small price to pay to get rid of his Mayhem Devil. Nope, no Blood Crypt. We're going to scry with this Cauldron Familiar as well. We're going to scry with every Cauldron Familiar we have until we find something playable next turn. I don't care how much damage we take. Kroxa. Are we going to be able to do both things? We need a land to be able to play him and then play him again with Escape. So I don't know if that's going to makes sense. Kroxa would be pretty nice. We could also get rid of one of the cards in his hand. Oh, man. And we can sacrifice Kroxa for 2 foods. That could be pretty good. Yeah, I guess we'll keep Kroxa here. Okay, so if we do this, he's going to have to do damage to my face, because there's going to be no creature to target, so we might as well kill his Mire Triton. Actually, let's do this also, so we have 2 of them. Do we need 2 of them? We might as well. No. No. Change my mind. We'll just do 1. We'll kill his Mire Triton. We'll take the Woe Strider damage. Is he going to use Priest of Forgotten Gods to kill my little old Cauldron Familiar? That seems kind of silly. Alright. I guess it's about as much damage as I would have taken with just getting hit by Woe Strider because of Mayhem Devil doing his damage. Yeah, that's about the same amount of damage I would have taken. Jesus Christ. Another Mayhem Devil. This is really bad. Mayhem Devil's pretty much the worst thing that you can have on the other side when you're a sacrifice deck. And I just have no answers for him. How much damage are we going to take? The other thing about Kroxa is if I play him, then he's going to deal 2 damage to me right off the bat because of the 2 Mayhem Devils proccing when he sacrifices. Also, getting him out as a creature isn't that important because he can just Priest of Forgotten Gods him away. So maybe I should just do Woe Strider? That way we have an extra blocker. Oh god, I have to sacrifice all my Cauldron Familiars. Oh my god, this is the worst. We're going to do Kroxa. We'll do Kroxa. We'll take the extra damage. We'll get rid of a card in his hand, and I forgot to hold full control. You know what? Fuck this. I'm calling this game. This game's over. I just misplayed there. I should have sacrificed him with Witch's Oven, but I forgot to hold full control. I'm fucking up all over the place. Okay. Clean slate. That was a little unfortunate. I don't think, even if we had not misplayed there, having 2 extra foods isn't that important because even to use them for Cauldron Familiars, we're taking 2 damage every time we do it, so it's not even worth it. What we really needed there was answers for the first Mayhem Devil. But having two of them there just basically shuts down our deck. So I think we were pretty much dead there. It also goes to, yeah, it's another moral of that game was that it goes to show you that even though you think you have a starting hand that's really strong with like Cauldron Familiar and Witch's Oven, depending on what the opponent has, it could be actually really bad. Land situation is okay. It's like the same thing we had last time. It's not, there's only two, and they're both kind of slow, but we do have early playables, so we'll keep it. No sacrifice engine. Oh, Woe Strider's a sacrifice engine. Okay. Yeah, let's do the turn 1 Cauldron Familiar. This is looking like potentially control, or maybe Jeskai Fires, but either way, it's going to be important to kill them fast. Yeah, Fibblethop the Lost points to Azorius Blink, so we're going to want to deal as much damage as we can in the early game, which makes it more annoying that we only have this Fabled Passage and we can't do anything turn 2. Let's attack. That's a fine trade. That means he can't blink that when he starts getting things out like Thassa. Oh, he had a spare. Great. I really hope we draw a land next turn because we do not want to be mana screwed against a control deck. Oh, there's the lands we needed. There's Thassa. Yeah, this is exactly the thing I was hoping to avoid. Now he's drawing a card every turn for free. Which would be an issue even if we weren't... Okay, good, a land. Let's go ahead and Mayhem Devil. Actually, wait a second. I might want to make sure I have a sacrifice engine out first before I do Mayhem Devil to make sure I can get some benefit out of him. Because I can kill Fibblethop if I have one sacrifice that I can do with Mayhem Devil. Let's do Woe Strider then. We'll attack first. I doubt he's going to block. Really? Do you have another Fibblethop? You serious, bro? Let's do Woe Strider. Because I imagine he's going to have things like Deputy Detention as well. And I don't want him using that on Mayhem Devil until after I've gotten a little bit of benefit out of him. Elspeth Conquers Death. I need like a Witch's Oven. Oh, Priest Forgotten Gods will work. I'll take that. I'll play him, and if I'm not going to get a land, so I guess I'll just do him next turn. Yeah, I would love to have more lands. He's got like twice as many lands as me already. He's not even a ramp deck, it's just we're getting screwed and he's playing lands every turn. Charming Prince. How many Fibblethop's do you have? That's 3, you're not even a quarter, you're like a quarter of the way through your deck. Okay. God, if only we could do 2 creatures. Midnight Reaper, I guess? What is he bringing back from the graveyard with Elspeth Conquers Death? Probably a Fibblethop and just sacrifice 1. Oh, if he sacrifices 1... How does that work? Is that a sacrifice when you have 2 legendary creatures? Will that proc Mayhem Devil? I'm actually not sure. We're going to find out. I'm going to do Mayhem Devil and see if that procs when he brings back Fibblethop next turn. It does, okay. But he put a counter on it, so I can't actually kill it. That's unfortunate. God damn it! Oh my god, this is infuriating. Can we get some land, please? Please, game. He's probably just going to gain life over and over. Not that he needs it, he's basically at 20. Oh, he's scrying, yeah. Oh, thank goodness. So, what can we do with this? We still don't have enough for, we don't have enough creatures for Priest of Forgotten Gods. I guess we'll do Midnight Reaper. If we draw another land, we can do Tymaret. Oh, never mind. He just increased the cost of all my stuff. Agent of Treachery. This game's over. I can't believe he got to the Agent of Treachery Thassa combo before I could even get to 5 lands. Oh, that's infuriating. Is it even possible for me to come back anymore? This seems pretty insurmountable, but I don't want to just give up when I'm still in, like, double digits. Now he's taking my lands, yeah. This is over. What a disappointing way to end. We end with getting mana screwed and then the disrespect of the Agent of Treachery Thassa combo for the win. Alright, well, we got to 4 wins, which is better than we did last episode, and we broke even with the entry cost. Let's claim our prize. Alright, well, that's going to wrap up the Rakdos Aristocrats episode for today. We were doing pretty well. I think we just hit a wall after we got to 4 wins with some bad luck. Fighting against another Rakdos Aristocrats deck where they have 2 Mayhem Devils and we can't seem to find any removal for them. That's certainly not something we can easily overcome. And then that last game where we just sort of were mana screwed against a control-style deck. That's obviously not what you want to have happen. But in any case, Rakdos Aristocrats, I always enjoy playing with it. It's a fun combo every single time you do it. And it's very effective most of the time. Obviously, it depends on... Any deck is susceptible to getting bad luck. I mean, the starting hands we were getting were, like, barely keepable. And we could have gotten a lot worse if we had mulliganed. But, yeah, I think we did pretty much the best we could. There was a misplay or two in one of those games, but I don't think it made a difference. I think we would have lost that anyway, regardless of that misplay. I think I'm thinking of the one where I could have sacrificed Kroxa with Witch's Oven to get extra foods against the mono red. Something like that. But anyway, yeah, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.